Crypto is here to stay. The election is happening next month, and for the first time now, crypto voters are single issue voters, and politicians now have to cater to them. They've realized that they've treated them badly so long, for a while here in the US especially, and now they're voting with their wallets. They're saying, I need to protect my bag. So whatever politician is going to allow me to invest in crypto, trade crypto, use crypto technology, maybe not even just for speculation, they now have to pay attention to it. I think regulation will drastically change in the future, especially in the US. In crypto, the rest of the world has kind of moved on. If anything, they're a lot further ahead in terms of pro-crypto regulation in regions like the UAE, Switzerland, BVI, and other places, while the US has lagged behind. So in terms of what I think is the future of crypto for next year, in terms of trends, obviously AI. AI is one of those once in a lifetime, once in a generation type 0 to 1 technological improvements. So to me, that's a big innovation. But it affects crypto because now crypto can play a part of that. The biggest narrative this year, we can't forget meme coins. Whether you love them or hate them, memes have clearly outperformed this cycle. That's what the alpha has been. To a point now, like even big people or big funds and VCs are talking about meme coins. Like, a lot of people on crypto Twitter are mentioning about the meme coin super cycle. And in essence, they're claiming that they believe meme coins will continue to outperform all VC-backed portfolios and coins. I think meme coins can literally get the world to take crypto seriously as a vehicle to make money. Because for us to get to 1 billion users, hey, meme coins can get us there. My name is Ian Balina, entrepreneur, investor, founder and CEO of Tokenmetrics. Our mission and vision is to help crypto investors and traders build wealth in crypto and navigate the volatility using AI and analytics. I'm data-driven, that's my background, worked in tech, IBM Analytics, IBM Watson team, and I saw the future of where AI was going. This was way back when. I joined IBM back in 2013, left in 2017, because I love crypto, but also during my journey in crypto as an investor, as an angel investor in crypto, I realized there was lacking data and analytics, and kind of built my name by open sourcing a spreadsheet that I used to personally build wealth in crypto through a data-driven approach called Tokenmetrics. In essence, it was the money ball of crypto investing for ICOs. Helped me take 20 grand, turn that into 5 million, and then try to apply the same concept at a larger scale with software and AI, and that's where the vision of Tokenmetrics was born. Great question. So long-term vision of Tokenmetrics is turning Tokenmetrics into a trading platform. In essence, the exchange. We're about to hit our 5-year anniversary at Tokenmetrics. We've built AI signals that are pretty good. They beat holding any crypto asset for the most part, right? According to our data science team, over 80% of the tokens on our platform that have AI signals beat holding the asset. What does that mean? That means our signals would tell you when to buy and sell, and you'll make more money and keep more money versus holding the underlying asset. So we've done this for the last 5 years, built the tech, built the infrastructure, built the foundation to help traders and investors with this. But they've always been asking our team, asking me, can you just trade for us? Nobody wants to follow the signals manually. Can you just passively trade for us? In essence, building trading bots. So we've been working on this for a while. It has taken us longer than expected, but we're hoping to be able to launch early version of the trading bot for Tokenmetrics by end of this year, by end of Q4. What does that look like? So the early version will basically allow you to connect to your crypto exchanges via API. So think Binance, Coinbase, what have you, and just click the trading bot you want to enter. So whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Solana, and when the signal says buy, it will buy. When it says sell, it will sell for you. Fully automated using our AI signals and ratings. And I think that's literally the holy grail, because a lot of traders want to trade, but it's very difficult. And while our platform has helped a lot of people navigate the volatility, there's still a manual effort involved. And I want to automate that away. Yeah, I mean, the first initial challenge, Tokenmetrics, was bootstrap from the ground. I took my own capital, took over $2 million of my own capital to get the idea off the ground, launch it to the world. And taking an idea that's something in your head and turning that into something tangible in the real world and then scaling it is always challenging. I'm not a first-time entrepreneur. I built several successful businesses, but as any entrepreneur would tell you, what you envision initially and what happens in the real world is always a challenge. It's never the actual thing. So for instance, just scaling a team globally from 0 to at the peak over 50 people globally, all fully remote, has not been easy. Managing people in different time zones, different cultures, different everything, plus the added volatility of crypto, plus the added uncertainty of crypto in terms of regulation has just been very, very challenging. I would say, if anything, the regulation aspect, especially being in the US, has been very, very challenging to navigate. But I'm a long-term crypto believer, and we basically just kind of study the course. Outside of that, I would say just seeing all the innovations happening in the space. We always kind of joke around with friends that 1 year in crypto is like 10 years in like stock markets, because just the things you go through are just on a whole different level. There's macro, there's sentiment, there's retail consumers, there's community building, there's marketing, there's degening, there's NFTs. The narrative changes on a weekly basis, sometimes even a lot faster than that you just go through and learn so many different things at a deep level that other markets just seem very, very slow. I think the region that's already leading the way is UAE. We went to Dubai to Token 2049 earlier this year. But Dubai has always been a step ahead in terms of just innovation. They kind of run their country as a startup in a way, but they're just so pro-crypto. Lots of crypto exchanges now have bases or hubs, or have even shifted their headquarters to be in the UAE, whether I Abu Dhabi. I think they're at the forefront of crypto regulation. You have other regions as well, Switzerland and others. In the past, there was Malta, but that didn't really last. That was kind of a flash in the pan. Asia, Singapore, briefly, kind of was at the forefront. But then after a while, they all kind of pulled back. But I think right now, I would say UAE, London, or the UK is up there as well in terms of pro-crypto regulation. I think it's both. I think definitely getting all these large companies, whether Samsung Pay, or even Apple Pay, and all these other big companies, big brands into crypto, will definitely get us to onboarding the next billion users in crypto. But the one thing people kind of forget is, yes, as you mentioned, crypto's initial ethos was being fully decentralized, kind of being very cryptographic, right? Anarchists in a way, libertarians in philosophy and principle. But to scale to 1 billion people, I don't think that's something that, one, a lot of people will care for. It's just the frank truth that maybe nobody wants to talk about in crypto, especially the OG natives in crypto who have been here since Bitcoin in 2013 and so on. It's very hard to get the principle and the philosophy to scale to 1 billion people. That's a majority of the world. That's a big part of the world. And not everybody's going to care about the tech. Kind of like that meme. If for the tech, for those who've been in crypto for a while, it's this very funny meme. Not everybody cares. Sometimes people just care about abstracting. And nobody wants to know how it works. They just want to know that it gets the job done. Right? They don't know how the sausage is made or how the plumbing works. They just want to know, can this, for example, take sending money overseas. Right now, sending money via wire transfer or bank transfer still takes a while. It's getting faster, but it still takes a while. You can just send money via stablecoins across the world in seconds. If we get to 1 billion people doing that, they all won't care what blockchain it's on, whether it's on Ethereum, Solana, Tron. They just want to know our funds getting moved very fast. That's all that matters. That's the value prop. The plumbing per se does not matter. Yes, they want to have security. They want to make sure that it's not a scam or rug pull, and their money is safe. So from that aspect, yes, that matters. But in terms of the actual nitty-gritty of decentralization, of whose consensus is better, the early adopters might care, the developers might care, but the thinking long-term, the next 1 billion users will not care. They just care that it gets the job done. So in terms of what I think is the future of crypto for next year, in terms of trends, obviously AI. AI is one of those once in a lifetime, once in a generation type 0 to 1 technological improvements. In a way, you can kind of looking back, the biggest technological shift we've had since AI or prior to AI was mobile, the iPhone, smartphones. That changed everything. Prior to that, for those who recall, you had to do stuff on your computer, but now you literally have a computer in your pocket anywhere you go. And I think AI is that big shift, that big innovation that really transforms humanity. We've seen it happen with ChatGPT and OpenAI, but imagine next year they come out with ChatGPT 5. So to me, that's a big innovation, but it affects crypto because now crypto can play a part of that. Crypto is one of the big innovations as well. Crypto, blockchain, how does that affect AI? As investors, we're seeing a lot of AI products begin to do very, very well. In the last year or so, they've done well. They've been outsized returns in AI. Think like BitTensor, Tau. But now people are looking, okay, if AI is going to be big, what are the next big winners in AI in the crypto space, in the Web3 space? So for next year, I would assume that trend will continue. I think AI will still be big, but a sector that does not get as much love, in my opinion, but is my favorite sector. Maybe I'm biased because my background is in computer engineering, so I like hardware and software and kind of merging the two, but it's DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure networks. So I was early investors in projects like Helium Network, which was building an IoT internet. But now you have other projects that I love, for example, like Andrina. They're building a decentralized internet. Think like Starlink. You buy the dish, put it on your home or your building, but it's Web3 focused. It's Starlink for Web3. It's internet for Web3 via DePIN. I like Peak, project we're early investors in. I'm also an angel investor in that as well. They're building a layer 1 for DePIN. DePIN is one of the most real value adds of crypto that's easy to just showcase to non-crypto people. Right? If you tell them, hey, Helium gives you this device, you plug it in, and they pay you in tokens for the value you're giving them on the network. Or for example, like HiveMapper. It's basically this dash cam you put on your car, you map roads, and they pay you in crypto. So for me, DePIN is a very easy sell. While you have all these other different, more nuanced or esoteric or harder grasp crypto projects, to me, DePIN is a sector it just makes sense for people outside of crypto. So for me, I expect that to do very well as a trend, as a narrative, next year as well. Outside of that, there's gaming. Gaming is one of those, it's either a home run or you strike out. It's very hard to find the right project to do well, but I think gaming will do well. If we think crypto will get to 1 billion users, gaming is one of those sectors and industries that also has to kind of have its moment of fame. So some projects we like in gaming are My Pet Hooligan, Pixels. There are a few others, but those are the ones that are already out there that we like and we're bullish on. We're investors in them. They've already done pretty well. There are a few others we've heard of, like Gunzilla and others that are really trying to kind of bring AAA gaming and take it mainstream to the masses. So those are the big trends and narratives. And then last but not least, the biggest narrative of this year, we can't forget meme coins. Meme coins have just really, they do fit the early ethos of crypto, of really democratizing investing, kind of like with ICOs back in 2017. Retail is getting the opportunity to make a lot of money, to find the next 10x, 100x, even 1000x investment. Because due to regulation, especially in the US, a lot of alpha that was being captured via ICOs back in 2017, for example, had to shift to just purely being in the private sector, to just VCs, angel investors capturing that alpha. Meme coins disrupt that all over again, kind of like how ICOs did back in 2017. They allow retail consumers to capture that alpha by buying tokens early on exchanges, whether DEXs, via tools like DEX Scanner and what have you, but to capture that alpha and not have VCs dump on them, right? The token's already out there in the market. They're fully diluted. There's no low float projects, kind of like with VC projects. So I think that trend I do expect to continue. And honestly, that could be one of the biggest trends for the whole cycle in this bull run. I'm more of a value investor. I'm not really a trader. My mind is just designed more to be more long-term driven. So I can hold and weather the volatility a lot more. It's not for everybody because to me, crypto is not necessarily my only source of income as some people might treat it. Then in terms of, has it shifted or changed since I joined crypto? In some parts, yes, in some parts, no. But people I kind of have learned from, other investors I look up to, Howard Marks, Warren Buffett, they're kind of like the goats in terms of being value investors. And I try to take that same approach and apply it towards crypto. So for example, on the fund side with Tokemetrics Ventures, we've made over 40 investments in the last 2 years or so. And then from there are a handful of investments that we think will deliver returns for the whole fund. And that's the approach a VC should take, because you can't expect every project to be a home run. That's part of the philosophy, right? You make 10 investments, assuming 90% of them will not really do much, but with that 1% will deliver alpha and return for the whole fund and then some, right? So for instance, let's say, to get the math simple, let's say you have $10 million to invest, and you put it into 10 investments. You have to be willing and able and fine losing $9 million. 9 out of 10 going to zero or not doing anything, right? If you're not comfortable seeing 90% of your investments go to zero, then venture capital is not for you because that's the mindset, that's the perspective. But that's fine because if you just get 1 out of those 10 shots on goal to do 100x, you turn 10 million to 100 million. That's how crypto works. That's how my philosophy works. Now, that does not say go out there and just invest in any 10 crypto products. We still do the research. We do the fundamental analysis. We do the technology analysis, code reviews. We do our due diligence and research and put our shots on goal. But still knowing that despite our best efforts, 90% of them will not really deliver much. But that's fine if the 10% deliver a lot more, like 10x more. That's the perspective. That's the philosophy. If you're getting into crypto, just educate yourself through resources, whether it's tokemetrics, whether it's even free tools or free platforms out there. Be on crypto Twitter, be on Telegram, be on Discord, although I don't really use Discord as much. But be terminally online is kind of the expression in crypto. Because crypto moves so fast, a week is like a year. And for those people not in crypto, a lot can happen in a week in crypto. For me, I'm glued on Twitter every single day. Probably like every few hours I'm checking Twitter. That's just the perspective. Even though I'm doing lots of other things from the fund to tokemetrics, you have to be online because that's where the information flow happens. But that's part of being educated, because to become a great investor or a great trader, you have to be in the know. You have to know where information is flowing and how that affects your portfolio and how that affects your philosophy as an investor. So education is definitely key. Yeah, I think the most interesting thing right now are meme coins. People, whether you love them or hate them, memes have clearly outperformed this cycle. That's what the alpha has been. To a point now, like even big people or big funds and VCs are talking about meme coins. Like I know a lot of people on crypto Twitter are mentioning about the meme coin super cycle. And in essence, they're claiming that they believe meme coins will continue to outperform all VC-backed portfolios and coins. And honestly, that's possible. That's, I think, more than 50% possible. Retail has gotten frustrated with VCs backing and investing in low-float projects where only insiders make money. And I think this is crucial because this is almost a resurgence of the same transformation we had back in 2017 with the ICOs, where retail were able to find the next 100x by buying public ICOs. Due to regulation in the US, that alpha was shifted to private markets, to VCs. But they're the only ones that really made money. But now with meme coins, this resurgence is coming back again, where the money is being made by retail. People buying meme coins on dexes, on exchanges, whether it's Bonk, Dog with Pat, Pepe, Based Brett, Giga Chad. This is what the alpha is. And I would not be surprised if a lot of low-float VC projects just became dead because nobody wanted to buy them with people, with VCs or insiders dumping on them. And that's really a big monumental shift in crypto that I think will continue. Yes, I mean, I can see why people might think meme coins, in essence, is gambling, makes crypto look less serious. That's fine, because I think in a way, meme coins are the Trojan horse to get people into crypto. I think meme coins can literally get the world to take crypto seriously as a vehicle to make money. Because for us to get to 1 billion users, hey, meme coins can get us there. I know a lot of people who got into crypto mainly due to meme coins. Whether it was Dot with Hat, whether it was Shiba Inu, whether it was Dogecoin, even Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, he's always promoting Dogecoin. Why is that? Because he's pro-crypto. He loves Dogecoin because 1, it's completely open source and owned by nobody. It's fully decentralized. 2, it was a fork of Bitcoin. 3, it's lovable, it's adorable, it's easygoing, it's easy for non-crypto experts to love and to use. And he has a long-term vision of turning X into an app kind of like WeChat. He's seen what WeChat has done in Asia and in China, and he wants to replicate the same version in the US. And by doing that, he wants to turn X, Twitter, into a similar app. And I think Dogecoin could be that vehicle. If he wants to introduce a cryptocurrency into X or Twitter, like how WeChat, you can use it to pay money, kind of like Apple Pay. He's kind of hinted at it. At one point in time, they have Dogecoin as a symbol in Twitter or X. I would not be surprised if that happens. To me, meme coins are the Trojan horse to get us to 1 billion users. So while yes, they might make developers and people who are deep in the weeds not really in touch with the everyday man and woman, I think meme coins is kind of a lighthearted way to kind of get people into crypto, because they might enter due to meme coins, but stay for the tech or stay for other reasons. Crypto's game of musical chairs, and there's a big narrative every month, every week even. What we're seeing right now as of this week, we're seeing a lot of traction in Sui coins, especially Sui meme coins. Before that, there was a run with Tron meme coins. So, well, long term, I think Sol has really become the go-to platform for normies, for not people who don't like the gas fees of ETH and even some L2s, and just are tired of the Ethereum ecosystem. Getting new people into crypto, they've been gravitating to Sol, especially with the memes. That's where most of the alpha is. Even using tokenomics, if you go through looking at the sector, Solana meme coins is one of the biggest sectors right now in terms of average TM trader grade. So if we were to shift from there, I think Sol will still be the one, but what we're seeing as of this week is Sui. In the future could be other chains that come up. Movement Labs, one of our investments. What they're doing with MoveBM, I think is definitely one to watch. Right now they're in an incentivized testnet, I believe on CoinList. But they're kind of piggybacking off of Sui and Aptos, basically bringing the VM and the virtual machine onto other L2s. Think like having Move dApps on Ethereum or having Move dApps on Avalanche. So I think that's pretty big. I'm not the most bullish on Tron ecosystem, to be honest. I know it has a huge use case in terms of stablecoin transfers globally. Outside of that, I personally would not invest my capital into the Tron ecosystem outside of just using stablecoins on their platform, but I've never used them. I'd rather use other chains. But Tron, Telegram blockchain, that we're very bullish on. We think that could be one other gateway and avenue to get to 1 billion users for crypto. A lot of people use Telegram every single day, not just in crypto, but even outside of crypto. It's been one of the fastest growing apps out there. So the fact that they've launched a blockchain and are making it very, very pro-crypto. Their Tron games built directly into Telegram now that are crypto-powered games, a crypto wallet, Tron wallet. So I am very bullish on Tron this cycle. It can possibly become a top 5 coin if things fully play out. That's how optimistic we are on it. We're not saying it's highly probable, but we're saying there's a possibility it might happen. So very, very bullish on Tron ecosystem as a whole. Yeah, I mean, the meme coins we like at the moment, and some of these we actually do have in our fund, Giga Chad. During this correction, basically since like early summer, it has weathered the storm very, very well. If you look at the price charts, the price action has been very, very good. Its trading rate on our platform has been very, very high. It's been in our AI indices consistently, even as of this week, it's still in the indices. So to us, that tells us there's something happening there. So that's one we would add. One, as of recent, although this could be more of a trade, is SPX, I think 9,000 or something, being promoted by Murad on crypto Twitter. That has just been taken off. That's in our indices as of today. In the past, we liked Base Spread. We still like it. It's one of those now blue chip meme coins on Base chain. We like Lucky. It's an upcoming meme coin, also on Base. It's an AI dog meme. It will be launching on Astrodao Launchpad, a project that was incubated by the Tokenomics team. Then Popcat has done pretty well as well. It's a cat meme coin on Sol. Solana memes is where the alpha is. Those have done very well. Giga Chat is on Sol as well. So cat memes is looking like potentially new alpha. We know every cycle dog memes do very well, but now cat memes are beginning to do well. So Popcat, look out for that as well. Crypto is here to stay. The election is happening next month, and for the first time now, crypto voters are single issue voters, and politicians now have to cater to them. They've realized that they've treated them badly so long, for a while here in the US especially, and now they're voting with their wallets. They're saying, I need to protect my bag. So whatever politician is going to allow me to invest in crypto, trade crypto, use crypto technology, maybe not even just for speculation, they now have to pay attention to it. For one, we have Trump, who's pro-crypto, talked about firing Gary Gensler in the SEC, talked about, or there's speculation that the Robinhood chief legal officer might be one of his nominees for SEC chair. Robinhood is pro-crypto, the listed crypto assets. SEC is suing them. They bought a crypto exchange in Europe, Bitstamp, I believe. And on the other hand, even Kamala Harris now is slowly starting to talk about digital assets and not crypto per se, but she's starting to realize that she has to kind of dance to the crypto tune if she wants to get some votes, which is definitely progress compared to where we were in the past with Biden. So for me, I think regulation is big. If we can get pro-crypto regulation, especially in the US, this could be the catalyst of the biggest bull run of all time. In a way, regulation has kind of hindered all of this. We've made some progress with the Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETFs, and now there are applications for the XRP ETFs. But all of this has been one of the big roadblocks to progress and really what I think could be 10 trillion total market cap in crypto or more. So if this can get cleared and get out of our way, I think the future is very, very bright for crypto in the US. At this point, you have to go with Donald Trump. Whether you like it or not, he might not be the best human, per se. But in terms of crypto, he's been the most forward. I know some people might say, oh, don't believe his words, but he has said and done more so far than any other candidate for president, talking about firing the SEC, talking about being pro-crypto, making all these pro-crypto regulations. He was even at a Bitcoin bar having Bitcoin shots. If you go to different platforms that track the statements of politicians, I forget what the site is. I think it's maybe Stand With Crypto. He has said the most pro-crypto. Obviously, right now, we only have two candidates, Harris and Trump. But not to get political, but the data is the data. He's more pro-crypto at the moment. Things could change. Maybe Harris might have to change and pivot and realize the crypto vote is here to stay. But we need Operation Choke Point killed. Operation Choke Point 2.0, which was really done by Senator Warren and Biden together in tandem with banks and regulators to debank crypto companies and basically shut them down. Kind of like what they did with cannabis sector, doing that with crypto. That was very sinister orchestrations on their part, right? And now for the first time, we have crypto saying, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to fight this. We don't care anymore. We're going to finance crypto candidates in different swing states, in different key elections, and have them win. And they've already done that. And now politicians have taken notice. So for instance, one of Senator Warren's cronies in California lost her Senate race to a candidate financed by a large super PAC of crypto companies. So when things like that happen, they realize they now have to start appeasing and saying words to court crypto investors and traders, because now they realize that they have money. They saw we had money with SBF and the whole debacle. They didn't really care too much because he was kind of paying them off in a way. But now they realize, okay, the money's still there. But now these people are not being paid off. These people now just want to vote for the right politician that is pro-crypto. So I think the first place to start is just having any pro-crypto regulation, especially in the US. Because right now we have nothing, right? It's basically just enforcement through regulation, or rather regulation through enforcement. So if we actually knew what the framework was, it would make it a lot easier for people to become regulated, as opposed to just waiting to be sued by the SEC and different entities that are against crypto. So the first framework, I would say, just having any framework in place that is pro-crypto. Once companies, entrepreneurs, different companies, teams know the rules they're playing against, it's easier for them to do everything by the book. But if the game is invisible, or the rules are being changed, if it's a moving goalpost and there's no way to actually play in the game with it being fair, then it won't really happen. So I think the first thing happens is we need just rules. That's the low-hanging fruit. Once we have that, it makes it easier for products to launch because they know the framework they're operating by. They know what they can and they cannot do. But right now, we're just kind of making stuff up as they go because they know there's nothing to follow at the moment. For crypto to get to 1 billion users, as we keep on saying, it has to have tangible value. The sector I like the most is Deepin, these centralized physical infrastructure networks. So products, for those of you that are familiar with, like Helium, Hivemapper, others we like that are launching or coming out soon, Andrina, they're basically building a decentralized internet. Think like Starlink for crypto, for Web3. You buy an actual dish, you put it on your house or put it on buildings, and they're building an internet for crypto, powered by crypto, for Web3. To me, anybody who's not on crypto gets that very, very easily. So that's one. We like Peak. It's a layer 1 for Deepin. Because Deepin is tangible. It's real. It's not something made up. You can actually feel it. Right? It's a physical infrastructure network or physical device like Hivemapper. You buy a dash cam, put it on your car, you drive around, you map roads, they pay in crypto for doing that. So it's easy for non-crypto natives, people outside of crypto, to get. And it's also easy to get them into crypto. Like I've gifted many people that device, a demo device. So very, very bullish on that sector. Gaming is one as well. There are lots of gamers out there. If we can get AAA games or games that reach the masses, reach the mainstream, that are powered by crypto, whether it's just being able to trade items in-game on crypto exchanges or what have you, that's one other avenue that can really abstract crypto and get it to the masses. AI, maybe not as easy, but definitely does have a use case. For instance, with GPUs and compute, if crypto can provide a mechanism or platforms that are more economical to buy compute or GPUs, or that are fully decentralized as opposed to using centralized entities, whether it's for privacy reasons or what have you, that's also one way to really get crypto to scale to the masses. Great question. Tokemetrics caters to crypto investors and traders throughout the entire stage and journey in crypto. From people who don't know crypto, we have Crypto Investing Guide, the book that's available on Amazon and Audible as an audiobook to basically educate them and onboard them into crypto. We have crypto content we produce on YouTube, our podcasts and different platforms. That's also one avenue where we basically, top of the funnel, are educating people about crypto. Then we have our platform, Tokometrics, where they can actually subscribe and use our ratings, signals, and research to help them navigate the volatility in crypto and hopefully build wealth and preserve their capital. Then at the tail end of things, we have Tokometrics VIP, where we have legal SPV vehicles to invest early stage into crypto projects. And we also have our fund, Tokometrics Ventures, that was really born out of our community. Our customers said, basically, here, take our money and manage it for us because of our track record. And we launched a fund that made over 40 investments in the last few years with some great wins. Well, they haven't launched yet, but I think they'll be great. Some have already launched. Those that have launched are Pixels, the gaming project, My Pet Hooligan, gaming project as well. But those that are promising, Peak, Movement Labs, the movie has done very, very well already. We invested twice in Movement, twice in Peak. Basically doubled down. That's how bullish we were on both projects. Andrina as well, we doubled down on that as well. Whether it's somebody that's investing in the fund or somebody that does not know crypto, just bought the book or the audiobook, basically cater to everybody across the entire investment journey. That's always been our philosophy.